What's good, everyone? Fudgeable Daddy here, and today I'm going to bring you guys a video on basically what I feel about Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Blazing, why I don't enjoy the game, and if Bandai were to watch this, or if they want to consider how to make the game better, just some things that I feel would benefit the game and exactly would fix a lot of the issues that not only myself but a lot of other players are having. A lot of people that have been playing this game since the beginning of release and have not wanted to play anymore as much as they've wanted to. So I'm just going to get started with it. So my biggest issue with this game is basically limit breaks. Limit breaks are not something that's special anymore. At the beginning it was just like, oh wow, you can get these characters and we can limit break them, make them amazing. And now every single character can get a Dokkan Awakening. And that's just, it took something that was really special and it just made it very, very normal. And at this point, it's like whenever a new character gets released as like a festival, you know, like, because every week they release a new character. It's just like, when is this character gonna get a limit break? When is the grind for this character gonna start? And it's not fun. Some people find it fun. Sure, there are some people who get total enjoyment out of it, where they see an ultimate under the name and they're just like, yeah, we did it. But when it comes to gameplay, limit breaking doesn't really provide anything other than a couple of better stats. Now, in comparison to Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, when you actually go through the grind and you Dokkan Awaken a card, you get a brand new card art. Sometimes you'll get a new special, you'll get different links, and you feel like your grind was super worth it. It's not just text on the card saying Ultimate, you know what I mean? And before you say, oh, but Dokkan Battle, if you want to completely you know, finish off a character, you need to go through the grid system, you need to max out their super attack, and the grind is so much more. Well, that's true. But if we look at Naruto Ninja Blazing, to get a character to Ultimate, if it's not a raid boss character, you need to get 10 copies of that character to get that 99 luck. So, whereas in Dokkan Battle, you need to get 5 copies in total, 1 of the original and then 4 for the dupe system or potential system, whatever you want to call it. And like, of course you could say you need to get 15 because, you know, you need to get the super attack maxed out, but there are other ways to max out the super attack. It's not just by feeding the same character to the same feeding the character to the same character. You have other methods of doing so. I'm going to use Merge Zamasu as an example. The tech one, obviously, because you can actually get Merge Zamasu to drop on his raid boss, and you can get copies of him. You don't have 100% chance of increasing his super attack, but you have a chance. And also there's Elder Kai's, Santa Roshi's. There are other cards in the game that actually serve this purpose, and it doesn't have to be the one card that you need to get. Whereas in Blazing, you need to get the very specific card to get an ability and then to max out the luck if you want to get the ultimate on it. So it's a lot more grind intensive. Sure, you could say it's very free to play because you get so many pearls from doing the objectives. Every time there's a new objective, you get 30 pearls. That's 6 pulls that you get. But if you want to have the best card, sure. Let's not even say ultimate. Let's say you want to have the best card with the best abilities. You need 7 copies, right? To get them to 70 luck to get all 6 abilities, because they typically have 6 or 5. So 60. So you need either 6 or 7 copies of that unit, and then they'll most likely have a limit break as well. Or if they don't have one now, they'll have one eventually, which in itself, I want to talk about the raid limit breaks are not as bad, right? If you go ahead and get the scrolls, get the Rio, before you go ahead and have to do the limit break, it's super simple, right? You just need to get the crystals and then you're done. But for a character, because when you get the crystals from the raid boss, it's sometimes they'll drop from S rank or A rank, right? Minus the Itachi raid, which didn't drop them, but that's another issue in itself. But when you have all these other characters, such as Neji, Tsunade, and all these other characters that have a limit-breaking trial with like 5 or 6 different character crystals in the pool, and you can only pull 1 or 2 of them per run. That grind is so tedious, especially because you can't do it with anyone else, right? You have to spend your stamina to go ahead and do it. So that's what, 30 stamina per run. So let's say you have 200 stamina. That's 6 runs. You get about 12 crystals, and they're not the exact. And it might not even be the exact crystal that you want. And that's if you're lucky, by the way. And it might not be the exact crystal that you want. And you need 73 crystals to actually go ahead and limit break your character to full. So it's the most tedious process. And sure, there was a whole argument. It's like, yo, they should do A rank Rio, A rank scrolls to make that easier. But that's not even it, dude. Like, yeah, when you're doing a raid boss, that is the issue. So yeah, that would be amazing. That would help out a lot, because we don't really need 2-star scrolls. 2-star scrolls don't do a thing, right? They're just an annoyance. And the fact that they're the lucky drop for B rank or whatever the A rank, whatever the highest one is, it just kills the whole thing. Just getting the scrolls, yeah, it's a bit tedious, but it's doable. Make it, if they made it a higher ranked one that was a little more, it was difficult, but it was more rewarding, that would be amazing. Rio, I remember when the game first came out, the Rio system was actually great. Yeah, it was only on the weekends, but you could make so much Rio on the weekends, and it was worthwhile. Like, it was you would want to, because you would grind out the scrolls and the ramen that you would want during the week, and then on the weekend you just do Rio, right? It made sense. But a lot of people were complaining, like, oh, like, no, it's only on the weekend, we don't want it on the weekend. And now they changed this, so it's every single day. You get it multiple times a day, but you get a lot less Rio, which really sucks. But it's still not that much of an issue. You can pass through it. You can do it with other friends. There are ways to go around it. That's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue, like I said, is how you go ahead and get the crystals. Now, I'm hearing that there's going to be a Granny 2.0 shop, and they might have it so that you can actually go and buy the crystals from there. But we're just going to have to see exactly what kind of currency that they're going to take, because if it's like the Baba system in Dokkan Battle, where you sell your units to get points, and then with these points you can buy crystals, that would be amazing, because you're going to get so many, especially if you have an account like mine where you've been playing since the beginning and you've been doing a lot of multi-summons since the beginning. You're going to have a lot of characters that you don't want. You've pulled so many units that you just don't need, and they're just taking up spots in your inventory, and it's annoying. So that would be a good step forward, but they need to do something about, maybe even if they made the limit break missions, the trials, like multiplayer, so that you're not spending your own stamina. Like the fact that you could do it with your friends, that would be a lot better, because your friends are going to be grinding limit breaks too. But the fact that you have to do it by yourself is just stupid, especially when this game was a multiplayer inspired game. Like, the whole reason why this game was so amazing in the beginning was the fact that you could play with your friends, and they took that feature away from a core element of the game. So it's kind of stupid. It's kind of real stupid, but it's annoying. It really is, and that's why I really stopped playing it. Just to keep up with the meta, it was just too annoying. You know, I wanted to limit break my Tsunade. I got her to 125. I couldn't go any further because every crystal that I got was for every other character that I didn't care about limit breaking, and there was no other way around it. I just had to keep on doing it over and over and over and over again, and it's not fun. It's really not fun, especially when it's something that you can auto. Like, you just hit auto and it's done. You're just spending time just hoping for the best, you know, and it's just. It's really, really, really annoying at this point, and I know a lot of you guys agree with that, but another issue is that, like, past Sasuke, we got the Orochimaru raid, right? The impact. And that started a trend that basically every single impact unit is going to get a limit break, and if you want to make them good, you got to limit break them. Now, here's the thing, though. A lot of these impact units aren't great. Even if you limit break them to 150, they're really not great. So Bandai is really playing with this, or Gri, the people that make this, they're really affecting the gameplay, because there's no point in doing a lot of the things, especially if you've limit broken other characters. There's really no point. Like, sure, you could do you can limit break Kisame to 150, but if you have One Tail Naruto and you have Jiraiya's, you don't need to. You know, it's just annoying. It's just, and Curse Mark 2 Sasuke. Really, like, you could be set with 3 characters and then they're just throwing all these other characters, try to say, hey, like, try to do this. And there's no point. There really is no point. You really don't have to if you have the right units, and, like, I get it, like, don't do it if you don't want to, but that's not my issue. I'm actually quite impartial to the raid ones. Sure, the issue with those ones are that it's only 2 hours every 3 hours, so you have to be on the ball every 3 hours to do it, and that kind of sucks, especially when some of the times, for me at least, are 4 a.m. in the morning. So I'm not gonna wake up at 4 a.m. or I'm not gonna stay up until 4 a.m. for a fucking game. Like, it's not worth it, you know? Like, I did it for Sasuke. I'm not gonna lie. I did it for Sasuke. That's ruined my sleep for a week or so. But at the end of the day, yeah, I have one of the best characters in the game. He helps a lot with everything. But why are you making every other character do that? They could have legitimately had Orochimaru at level 100 with those stats. People would have been so much happier, because those are the kind of stats a level 100 has, not 150. They're not great stats. They're really not. And it's unfortunate. But guys, that's my thoughts on the game. Now, if the game does improve on itself, if it does get better, I wouldn't mind going back to it, because I really enjoyed the game for what it was worth. It was a lot of fun, especially the fact that you would play with other people. That was my main draw to it. But they've really made it so that if you want, you can play with your friends, but then if you want to do the actual work in the game, you got to do it for yourself. And that's kind of stupid. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. But yeah, I'm not, like I said, there's some news now that's like, oh shit, Legendary Shinobi. Ooh. A character isn't going to fix the game. One new unit is not going to fix the game. One new mode isn't going to fix the game. They're just adding to the game, right? That's not fixing the problem, right? You're just adding, the problem still exists, but there are other things to do. You know what I mean? That's not how you're going to fix this problem. Oh, you don't like limit breaking, but now we're adding environmental damage to the maps. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess that's to help people, saying like, oh, look, all you're doing is stalling. But, like, you're still gonna be stalling. Like, there's no way around it. They've built it this way that you're going to stall. You're gonna want to stall. And there was stalling in the beginning too. It's not that there wasn't stalling in the beginning, but now you have characters that actually do stall a lot better, and it becomes more evident. So that's just that whole thing. But let me know your thoughts on the whole matter down below. And, you know, if you guys are still playing the game, if you're planning on playing the game for time, I'm not. I don't, like I said, I don't mind the game anymore. I log in every day. I'm not, like, I didn't do Phantom Castle. I really don't care for sexy Naruto. But that's it. Let me just touch upon that one point. The Phantom Castle rewards. The units. Haku was amazing when Haku came out. Sakura is still good. I still use Sakura. She's still amazing. Hinata was alright. I didn't really use Hinata because at that point I had all the other skill units. But then when we started getting the 6-star Phantom Castle rewards, they just became utter and complete garbage. Like, why? Why not just keep them as 5 stars? Like, that's the biggest thing. Why are you making everything 6 stars? You don't, not everything has to be a 6-star. When was the last time we got a good 5-star character? Have we gotten a good 5-star character in a while? We haven't. No, they've only make 6 stars. That's all they care about. It's like, oh shit, 6 star, 6 star, 6 star, 6 star. You get a 6 star. You get a 6 star. Everybody gets a 6 star. No, that's not what this game is about. It's not about just having 6 stars. It's about having good units. A good unit doesn't necessarily mean 6 star. Like I said, Phantom Castle Hinata, Phantom Castle Sakura, amazing unit. She's not a 6 star though, and that's fine. That's completely fine. Her stats aren't amazing, right? But her stats are better than some 6 stars. Like, what is this? I don't know, guys. That's just my thoughts. Basically, to summarize everything that I just said, they need to fix limit breaking. They need to stop giving everyone 6 stars. Give us better 5 stars. Give us better scroll missions. Give us better Ryu. Make limit breaking a multiplayer experience, because single player is not it's not the strong point of this game. I'm sad to say it's really not. You want to be playing this with your friends. It's a lot more fun when you're playing with friends. But they could also introduce other things to the game to make it more unique, because right now you're just placing the same units over and over. But I digress. Let's start your conversation down below in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and we'll get the ball rolling. Hopefully, someone in Bandai can see this. And that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.